stop everything you're doing right now because I'm about to blow your mind with news that could completely flip the script on the Cleveland Browns' future. You think you know what this organization is planning? Think again. While you've been celebrating that gutsy win over Green Bay and wondering which rookie quarterback will eventually take the reins, the front office has been cooking up something that nobody saw coming. I'm talking about a potential trade that could send shockwaves through the entire AFC North and leave our division rivals scrambling to keep up. Before I drop this bombshell on you, let me paint the picture of where we are right now. That 13-10 victory over the Packers wasn't just a win, it was a masterclass in Browns football. Joe Flacco, the guy everyone wrote off as washed up, stepped into the pocket like he was 25 again and delivered when it mattered most. The defense was suffocating Green Bay's offense, forcing them into uncomfortable situations all game long. And when the dust settled, we finally had that first win of the season that felt like it meant everything. But here's what's been eating at me since that game ended, and I know it's been bothering you too. One incredible performance doesn't erase the questions that have been haunting this franchise all season long. We're still trying to figure out our identity. We're still balancing the development of young talent with the desperate need to win games right now. And that's exactly where this story gets absolutely wild. Remember when we drafted Dillon Gabriel from Oregon and Shedeur Sanders from Colorado? 2 quarterbacks in one draft, a move that had everyone scratching their heads and debating whether it was genius or madness. Gabriel brought that dual-threat capability that modern offenses crave, along with the football IQ that had scouts genuinely excited about his potential. Sanders carried that championship pedigree from Colorado and leadership qualities that you simply cannot teach in classroom. Both of these guys looked like potential franchise cornerstones when we selected them, the kind of players you build around for the next decade. So imagine my shock when insider sources started whispering about something that would make any Browns fan's heart skip a beat. Are you ready for this? The Cleveland Browns are reportedly considering trading one of these rookie quarterbacks before the trade deadline hits. I know what you're thinking right now. Are you seriously telling me we might move a quarterback we just invested a draft pick in? Trust me, I had the exact same reaction when this news first landed on my desk. But the more I dug into this story, the more I realized just how calculated and potentially brilliant this move could be. Here's the reality that Kevin Stefanski and this front office are dealing with. The NFL doesn't wait for anyone to develop. You can't afford to sit around hoping a young quarterback figures it out over 2 or 3 seasons while your defense is playing at an elite level and your veteran leaders are in their prime. The Browns have built something special on the defensive side of the ball, and Flacco just proved he can still manage games at the highest level when called upon. But management is looking at something bigger than just this season. They're seeing an opportunity that might not come around again anytime soon. Teams across the league are dealing with quarterback injuries and uncertainty at the position. That means the market for a young, talented signal caller is absolutely scorching hot right now. Gabriel and Sanders aren't just prospects anymore. They're valuable commodities that could net significant returns in the right deal. And let's be brutally honest about what this team still needs. Our secondary has holes that good quarterbacks can exploit. The tight end position remains a major question mark in the passing game. The offensive line, while improved, could still use more depth and reliability. If trading one of these rookies could bring in a game-changing cornerback or a reliable pass-catching threat, suddenly this move starts making perfect sense from a championship-building perspective. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Which quarterback would they actually move? Dillon Gabriel has shown those jaw-dropping flashes of brilliance that make you believe he could develop into something truly special. His arm talent is undeniable, his mobility adds a dimension that defenses struggle to contain, and his football IQ impresses coaches every single day in practice. However, consistency has been his biggest challenge, and in a league where quarterbacks need to perform immediately, that's a legitimate concern. Shedeur Sanders represents a completely different type of gamble. His pedigree speaks for itself. His leadership qualities are obvious to anyone who watches him interact with teammates, but there are real questions about his arm strength and how his college success will translate to the NFL level. Yet he's also the type of player who could absolutely thrive in the right system with proper development and coaching. The decision isn't just about talent evaluation. It's about organizational philosophy, timing, and what this front office believes gives them the best shot at competing right now. Are the Browns committed to developing a quarterback over the next 2 to 3 years, or do they believe they can win with veteran leadership while adding impact players at other key positions? What makes this situation even more intriguing is the broader context of where this franchise stands. The AFC North has become an absolute gauntlet. Cincinnati is loaded with offensive weapons that can score from anywhere on the field. Baltimore's defense remains elite while their running game continues to punish opponents into submission. Pittsburgh somehow keeps finding ways to win games they have no business winning with that trademark gritty style of play. For Cleveland to not just compete but dominate in this division, they can't afford to wait and hope their young quarterbacks develop. They need to maximize every single asset they have, and if that means making the bold move to trade away future potential for immediate impact, then that's exactly what championship organizations do. The trade deadline is approaching fast, and every day that passes increases the pressure on this front office to make a decision that could define the next 5 years of Browns football. Do they stick with the original plan and develop both rookies through the growing pains? Do they make the aggressive move and cash in on one of them for proven talent that helps them right now? Or do they wait and see how the season unfolds, potentially missing their window to maximize the value of these assets? Here's what I think is really happening behind closed doors. Stefanski and this coaching staff have probably identified which quarterback fits better in their long-term system. They've seen enough in practice sessions, preseason action, and limited regular season opportunities to know who gives them the best chance to succeed moving forward. The other quarterback, regardless of his talent level, becomes expendable if the right offer comes across their desk. And before you get upset about potentially trading away future talent, remember that the NFL is all about timing and opportunity. If the Browns can acquire a proven veteran who helps them make a legitimate playoff run this year, that experience and momentum could be far more valuable than hoping a rookie develops into something special 2 or 3 years down the road. The beauty of Cleveland's position is that they hold all the leverage in any potential deal. They're not desperate to make a trade, which means they can set their asking price high and wait for exactly the right offer. But they're also not so emotionally attached to either quarterback that they'd pass up a deal that significantly improves their championship odds in the immediate future. If you're loving this deep dive into Brown strategy and you want to stay ahead of every major development as it happens, make sure you subscribe to Brown's Breakout and smash that like button on this video. We're building something special here in this community, and your support helps us continue bringing you the most comprehensive Browns coverage you'll find anywhere. What happens next will define the trajectory of this franchise for years to come. If they pull the trigger on the right trade, we could be looking at a team that not only makes the playoffs, but makes serious noise once they get there. If they hold on to both quarterbacks and continue developing them, we might be playing the long game for a championship run that's still a few seasons away. Either way, this season has already proven that the Browns are willing to think outside the conventional wisdom and make the tough decisions that championship organizations have to make. Whether that involves trading away a promising rookie for immediate help or doubling down on development for long-term success, I trust this front office to make the choice that gives Cleveland the best shot at bringing a championship back to this city. The pieces are falling into place, the opportunity is staring us right in the face, and the Browns are positioned to make whatever move gives them the best chance to succeed. This trade deadline could be the moment everything changes, and we're going to be here covering every single development as it happens. Whatever direction they choose, this Browns team is building something special, and we're all witnesses to what could be the most exciting chapter in franchise history.